this map, they got marginally close to winning, but they also won both pistols and still only got the 12 rounds. So not only will EG have to do better than they did last time, they'll probably also have to, win these a little bit harder to aim for pistol rounds to pad those rounds and make sure that they have a lead. So we'll see what happens. Furia have got a lot to play for. Of course, Rio Major, Furia are huge talking points coming into this event, and it all starts with the road to Rio.
So we get Cirque to the rooftops early, drop onto the hut with Art. 2 CTs up close and personal. Door's going to come off the hinges. No peek behind it. Smoke drops in. Still no fights. An eerie silence inside of lobby despite there being so many players. And now EG decide to pull that trigger. Drop falls back with the Berettas, but then comes in just a kind of seconds too late on that one. And deep inside the vents, Nealon picks up his frag. Breeze dodging that fight as Cirque clears close. One up here inside the bomb site. It's a Heaven confirmed and killed, so safe. He's going to have to clutch a pistol or else EG start what could be a difficult T-side with a pistol round win. Bombs planted. That's for sure. And Safe has confirmation on all 3 players, but Cirque doubles back for the kill. EG, sure enough, winning round 1.
For my money, Cirque really wins this round with his second flash that comes out late. They're already scaling onto the site, and the second flash caught the drop on the top of hut. And although there were some collateral damage with everyone getting blind, I think that favored EG most. So really good start here for EG, and we see why they do win pistols on Nuke.
Now it's, the coveted conversion.
Yeah.
Okay, follow through, boys. Incredible start to the day, of course, for Furia. Safe hoping to replicate what was something like 28 kills. I think that's going to be the one thing with the discrepancy between some of these teams. We get the blowouts and the starts, the Hooksy 30 bombs, etc. But that one MP9 in the hands of Safe, he's going to have the contact, and maybe even Casarado could draw that attention to the next corner. If anybody wide swings peeking this incorrectly, but he loses support, so it activates him nonetheless, and he'll bring one down. But that is now what seems like a rather clear road to the B bomb site for EG and a clear path to the 2-0.
Yeah, you almost like to see a round go a little faster in a situation like this. Of course, you spend too much time loitering outside, then you can get scouted down, but they will make sure to move quickly. And there was a little bit of stress in their way, but it was the enemies right in front of them. No one flanking in that situation. So a really nice anti-eco here for EG as they close out going lower, and they do it with a nice tempo. I'm curious if they keep trying to keep this pace up.
I think there's a few EG believers, Mohan. There's a few out there.
Yeah.
I'm curious your thoughts on this because I've seen growth already. Nealon was somebody who I think when he jumped into the team saw individual struggles. Maui's got a belief in Nealon as of late.
Yeah, he's got him on his fantasy team.
Got him on his fantasy. That says something. Either the fact that he was only $184,000.
But on the desk, they talk out of both sides of their mouth. But whoever you put on your fantasy team,
that speaks
volumes.
Yeah. Bomb pops. You see the incendiary save, little 5-7. It's going to be tidbits to work with. Young Canadian talent in Hexed. The next big fang, they say.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. I think of all the players in the scene in this last year, I feel like he was talked about the most by other pro players in North America. So that's a nice nod. Overall, the team, of course, he came into the team not while they were already doing well, so that can kind of compound the struggles, but, well, we do have that pace right now.
Already behind the vent. Clears above it. Second Pete's got a player right behind. Nealon swarming him. Casarado also just throwing himself into the fray. And it leaves Art 1 versus 4 uncomfortable as the fire's up above him. And a bomb down easy. So EG, this is the best you could ask for out of the gate.
Yeah.
Minimal losses as well in both the conversions.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan of the game, I love the pace. A little faster, a little bit more fun. And right up Furia's alley, they're going to bring that same energy when they go over to their T side. But yeah, it's hard to justify sometimes thinking too much on anti-ecos. When you know that you've won every kind of round in the past, what is the real value of drawing it out, potentially getting tagged down a little bit, using a lot of utility, going slowly, especially if you're not too scared of any kind of stack. And so far, EG have shown some variety. They've gone downstairs. This is a fast upstairs hit. And I think it's going to be hard to read exactly what's coming next. If I knew, I'd tell you.
Yeah, I would expect you to. Keep your fortunes to yourself. Let's see what Furia have got to say about it. Safe into the op. Early molly. Early utility all over the place here. Casarado within that pocket. Automatic. Thinking about the cross, but waits for the second smoke. That little hesitation costs him half his health as spam connects. And still, this utility is just raining into the A site. Cirque's going to find the opening. That's Art down. Nealon, next contact, dodging the big shot as Safe looks to fall away. That's total outdoor control here for EG. And, of course, the 4 versus 4 Hex then gets back the advantage by taking down Casarado.
Man, it was fast, it was thorough, and it was tricky all at the same time. Very strong round here. That isn't over, however. Double push as a last-ditch resort from the CT side. But look at Cirque. He was just outside on top of red. It's very unlikely they expect him to have rotated back to lobby holding this angle. And they're going to play it risky, but Hex finds another.
36 health doesn't seem to be a problem. Safe's angle could be. You know, EG, despite being buddied up here, we've got 2 players deep CT.
I think they'll be nervous because Drop is an upstairs player. So yeah, they're going to hold this. And EG, now they can do anything.
One chance for Safe to try and chase. Cuts Hexed out of the equation. That's going to leave Cirque to double back around, take the safe route all the way outdoors. But again, 25 seconds, plenty of time. And there's that slow flank coming in behind. Surprise, surprise, automatic tags one. And EG, first gun round in the back pocket. 4-0 start T-side nuke. This is what they need. Yeah,
and really only good things to say about the way they played that. Like we have the fast outside smokes, and we saw them cross before. So it may not have been a bluff. And then they have the fact that Furia are not playing or starting secret in this situation. They have Art outside. And Cirque goes top red while they're crossing outside, while they're also holding for the push on lobby. So they didn't, they spread out in a way that they didn't put too many people at risk at the same time and still covered a lot of options.
Ooh, tag. With the one weapon Furia are going to be working with. Yuri, dangerous game.
First half last time was a 7-8 half with EG winning the pistol. It feels like history is going to be remembered a little differently after this match.
Ooh, the op boost in case it's deep. Met by a smoke, they turn attention. Not the most aggressive round out of Furia. Despite EG expecting it, now they get themselves down into the A site, at least ever so slightly out through door. Damage starting to stack up. Casarado, I thought maybe he'd have that element of surprise just being tucked along the hut, but everybody gets cleared out. Guns prevail, 5-0 EG.
While you don't get a legend spot for winning this match, you do lose it if you lose.
Yep.
And that's something to think about, so the pressure will be very high. And I think at every stage of this tournament, even if we could expect Furia, who can consistently get to a deep run in the at the majors, to feel it, even right here, the road to Rio. So, okay, Fury can't even get the consolation frag at the end. Oh, Cirque actually died. His first death. He was up 6-0. He's throwing good flashes, good op shots coming in. And to be honest, I don't see a lot of counterplay necessarily for Furia based on the rounds that we've seen so far. I don't know what you would over-prepare for because it's not like EG are simply throwing the same round at them over and over again. So not only do they have to keep up and just win some more individual fights in these defaults, they've also got to figure out how EG are going to develop from there.
Oh, nice catch. Safe just on the side of smoke. Finds that second between the utilities timing. See if they can recover man disadvantage. Not point blank, Safe. No second double down, but drop from above. Keeps it in control. Nealon slides straight to his death. 2 sets of eyes staring at him. And now Cirque on the cusp of a second death, perhaps. 1v4, bomb not in his possession. At least a ton of time. He feels it, but that shot just off the mark. We've got Art onto the scoreboard, and Furia right there with him.
Yeah, well, Safe throws him a bone. That's individual play they needed. They got the 5v4, and EG wanted to continue forward with that same upstairs exec. So when they do that, of course, Furia feel a lot more comfortable. And then Safe with the combat op picks up a second. Nearly 3 kills, all in sequence. And Furia on the board with their goodbye at the same time. Not exactly a strugglesome situation. They even have a few dollars to spare after this, so we'll hold our breath and see if EG can cause more problems.
Yuri not wanting to stay tucked. Nealon keeping eyes on it, but nobody caught in the fallback. Additional smokes go down outside. Art trying to find an angle, making sure close mini's good.
Well, 2 confirmed on the cross. Want to come back and fight. Where's Breeze at in all this?
Hanging out just inside that squeaky door. Yuri, he's going to go downstairs. So that's a couple CTs bolstering the cross.
And they kind of tricked him here, right? We had 2 who appeared to cross with the full wall and no one starting secret, but they only have 1 getting into the secret position, so they're ready to hit upstairs and even ramp if they'd like to. Well, these rotations mean, yeah, this is going to be a hard round for Furia. They do want to make a move.
Safe's going to be the one to do it. Moving in, catches Hex back by Squeaky, but oh, it doesn't get around the corner. Almost looked like he wanted to go for that second. Up on cycle. Gap on the CT smoke.
Oh, Furia are playing very scared right now.
Intimidated. And Nealon could find a nice timing here. EG arguably going to need it.
Time
they
trouble.
Go down. 15 seconds to the clock. Nealon can't afford the fast step. Can't really get much more out of that one as the time is the issue. Drops straight down beneath him. And he's just waiting for that peek. He goes down to Nealon.
Oh, they score the plan.
Bro, left that so open. I mean, the players from Hut could have killed him. Fixating on Nealon's peak, and Nealon still comes away with the double kills that crack open the A site and crack open the possibility of sweeping everything from Furia early in this CT side down to the 6-1 score.
They won the round at the point that they got 2 CTs to drop lower. And I think from there, it was just going through the motions, making sure that they're in a safe position to go forward with the exec. And they do that. And I mean, time trouble comes into play because Safe makes his move and pushes with that op. Won them the round last time, gave him a chance in this one. But him by himself wasn't enough. And also him dying meant they lost ramp entirely, which further pulled Art to replace him in that spot. So I think he'll be kicking himself a little bit about trying to go for the second frag, or not just simply posting up and holding a shallower angle. But that means EG back in the power position, but there's still, again, a buy here for Furia, who saved some money on top of their round win previously.
Check this out. Safe getting the 1. Yeah, slid back, but then came into it. Exposed a lot of himself.
Yeah, he kind of didn't need to do more because, yeah, we see how close it comes when it comes to the clock later on. But look at the fact that EG are getting the rotations out. And again, they started out with outside, drew attention there. Later in the round, Nealon used it to their advantage after they put pressure towards lobby, and Safe saw all those targets. So very dynamic play here out of EG. And they're really close to their quota, right? Nuke at the moment is the most T-sided map. Most CT-sided map, I should say.
Yep. Big difference there.
6 rounds feels great, yeah, very much.
Damn, man. It wouldn't be the first time that a favorite at a, you know, in this case, the Road to Rio, but at the previous Majors RMR event, we had Liquid lose their opening game, and one of your favorites instantly no longer has that chance at the Legend spot. Tough pill to swallow. Some have Furia painted as one of the possibilities. Road to Rio. Again, emphasis. Big event for all the Brazilian teams.
We see this reactive game plan of taking over trophy time and time again here for Furia. And to be fair to them, it's worked. The only issue was overplaying it in the past. But you've got to appreciate this setup right now.
Smidgen of an angle there for Art.
Ooh, he wants to be greedy with the smoke here, but EG are still pressing up. Let's see how he uses it, actually.
Quick reposition. Door will be heard. Head will be spotted. Whoa, that boost. 1 or 2 bullets there.
Hey.
Could have caught Art, but the frag instead to chip him down.
Holding the smoke is paying off, but at the same time, they've got Furia believing it is going to be a lower hit, and it looks like it's not going to be. Thing is, they haven't dealt with this ramp push either.
Okay, Serrato waits. These little tiny shoulder peeks. Hex slides through it. Drop still hasn't had eyes on anyone. He knows he's going to get swarmed. They decide to come through the fire, so he'll capitalize with that one. It's Breeze out of the equation. Yuri still backside, denies the bomb plant. Very nicely played. The smoke grenade, not enough to stop him, and Safe comes around through that ramp trophy flank, but flanks on flanks as Automatic shows himself. 1 second left. Nothing he can do here. Cirque dies after time. Op dropped, but at the very least, it's Furia's second round win.
Yeah, and it's a great round. They are learning, of course. EG clearly have outplayed them early on in this first half, but in these last few, again, they get lots of value out of the ramp push. And even though they had resources dedicated to this part of the map and were tied up, they were good to help flank lobby later on if it's going to be an upstairs hit. And they also make sure ramp is safe so that they can rotate lower if they need to. And if EG had put a little bit of emphasis on maybe flashing the ramp so the op goes back, it would have been easy to get him off. And they decided not to, so it got used against him once again. Solid conversion. But money's not perfect here. I mean, Drop's still on a FAMAS. Down to 2 mollies at 1:30. EG could make this hurt.
Oof, that's a good start. Back and forth buys. Not going to favor Furia. Art gets away with the trade frag. Seen Automatic happy to linger around red. Attempts to cross the secret. Nealon through Mini. Double kill. Chance at the third, but not able to keep that spray under control. Art playing with the utility. Drops down. Such little HP, and yet still he stands. Finally dropped by Cirque, and that pushes this onto the shoulders of Yuri. Long flank around. Confirmed, of course, and now EG very comfortable to just slide into this 3-man post plant. A 7-2 score over Furia. And no consecutive round wins for Furia either. I mean, the economy's crashing.
Yeah, wow. Well, one of the things that clearly stands out about Nealon is that he's always trying to be aggressive. He really wants to be. I think that's where he's comfortable. We see him on Mirage. He's taking, you know, a lot of peaks, and I think he's probably toned that down a little bit on EG because his performances have been relatively inconsistent. But now you find the nice medium where he has an opportunity to be aggressive where it works. He's dropping in a mini, not when it's like a 1v4, but now it's actually 5v4. It's a little early. And he gets his 2K spray down. So they're letting their individuals have an identity and also pulling out some solid rounds as a team.
No.
Yeah.
This camera feels really close. But Hex thriving in the spotlight. The young gun from Manitoba.
You ever been?
No. Not quite sure if it exists.
Yeah, it is the Finland of Canada.
Yuri, let's see. He's played this spot before, and Nealon's looked for this fight as well, so it's a good chance at a 5v4, but Nealon not looking to press the issue. Automatic nearly caught with the unfortunate timing.
He is sort of winning outside by himself.
Yeah. Doing his thing, being a nuisance. Instant pistol fallback into the B site as well. Now ramp belongs to EG.
I think at this point you think, okay, is there a way that they can actually win this round? They give up ramp control, but they lost versus outside. They're not aware of how many guns there are exactly. Oh, but Automatic comes in through mini. It's a 1 backstab, and Yuri finds his.
That's the gun confirmed. Suddenly everybody looking over towards the heaven. And Yuri tagged to 12. Not ideal. AK slips into the hands of CASA. He could try to throw the Hail Mary if they choose to, but there's so much presence from EG on the B site and so little for Furia. They're now scrambling downstairs. Door swung open. Oh, damn, that's not the ideal plant right in front of CASA. The whole site's open. Cirque gives it to him. Hex also dies with his hands busy. This round is alive. 30 seconds to the clock. Nealon closes the doors, but do they close the opportunity here for Furia? Again, the door swings. Nealon looking for the clutch. He's got both positions confirmed. 180 turn, looking for the guy in the open sight, but Safe steals it. And Furia, with a round they have no business winning.
Yeah, they pulled it off. They did it. It's got to be this apparition of Yuri outside in the beginning. He's controlling space. He's making it feel like there are 2-3 people out there with support, lots of guns. And the key thing is not that he got a kill, but he saw 2 targets and didn't die. Fell back out to a better place and refragged Art after he died outside. And that's kind of what EG have been doing to Furia. They've been corralling them a little bit into their game plan, and Furia are finally finding ways to scare EG, which didn't seem possible at first.
That's the lifeline. Furia grab this one with 2 hands, hold on for dear life, get 8 rounds and a half, all good.
That is a saving grace. But it means nothing with a little momentum. It's still only 3 rounds.
There's the opening. You know, Automatic's been happy to kind of flirt around outside, play for the position, at least the information, you know, keep Furia's attention, but it's always cost him at least half health, and this time, he's the first to fall. Second kill for Art, as poor Nealon never sees it coming.
He went for the credit card reach around right there. Safe will pick another one up in from the squeaky.
And in an instant, EG down to just Cirque. He catches Safe, AK ready. Ooh, nice couple of headshots here from Cirque with bomb possession.
Ooh, it's possible.
We're talking 1v4.
Yeah, he's got enough time. He can pick a site, and the CTs are going to be, you know, a little bit worried about just overstacking right away. So he'll get this plan off.
Doors are open.
No, the door's open. Yeah.
Peek. Yeah, Yuri, doors open. He'll go ahead and steal that one back. Cirque thought maybe there's a chance.
At least with the door, if it was still open, he could use it afterwards if they didn't come control side. And you're always 50-50. You come out of the bench, you're like, should I go decon? Should I go control? It's a mind game. This time he reads it wrong, but I also didn't see the door was open, so no harm, no foul. That would have been a 1 in 10,000 round. 1v4s, they just don't happen that often.
Happen too often. Little timeout here for EG to smooth things out. Understandably, you know, the money's finally gone.
Yeah.
Again, the real rewards here for Furia off of the round they weren't supposed to win. This second headshot. Nice and clean. He got dinked himself. Didn't lose a lot of HP.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it felt a little doable.
It was a fake dink.
Bunch of phonies. But having to phone in the buy is EG. Pistols only. Not even those shiny deagles. Rusty Glocks. That could be good. Oh, all 5 players tagged by the Nate and
Okay.
Yuri. Just lines up to a ton through the doorway onto Cirque as well. He just wants to stand in the corner. Yuri, oh, the ace! Easy anti-eco.
Man, he barely had to see him.
Padding the stats, baby.
That's clean. Okay. Well, first 2 headshots on the first spray. Yeah. Another day in the office for Yuri. So strong game plan gets EG to 7, but ending strong here are Furia coming back into the game and not just doing it off of only individual rounds. It's a good game plan, taking over Trophy Room once or twice to get in that kickstart. A couple of good individual kills from Safe as openers. And now they're winning the default. Now they're getting an eco.
This has been an early duel quite too often. Normally it's Neil and not Automatic up there. But, you know, we saw Yuri kind of fishing for that kill as well. Here we have the Opper thrown out to Red Box.
Yeah, they hoped it was a rifler again.
An instant 5v4 off that. So EG maybe a little too repetitive with the top silo. Getting red here as Furia try to recover the CT side. And that opens up Yuri to go play ramp instead. So he topples Breeze. 5v3. 2 Ts, peek behind this, and it's Nealon to come out with the kill, but that Brazilian op and Safe with another.
Yeah, interesting way to smoke that. They left the gap open, took the fight, and without an early fight, 2v5, probably impossible, but at least now 2v4, they could think about it. However, clock is not really on their side. And they don't exactly have any leads. Where are the CTs playing now?
Nobody inside ramp. Looks like a double up in secret. They know Outer's compromised.
Yeah, this could be a worthwhile endeavor to try to take it to heaven. See if the upper guy makes a mistake, and Cirque can... Oh, I thought he was going to flash from this position, but Neelan's got the only one.
Could walk around this corner dry.
Yeah.
Kill Quesarado outside of hut, and at least the back of the bomb site's now in your possession. Quesarado, he's going to catch them, though. Bomb topples down to the site. Cirque catches safe. 8 seconds. Not going to go for the play. Going to keep the AWP instead. Understandably, that's 6 for Furia. And again, a real turning point, right? Those back and forth round wins, but the one that they pick away with just pistols, here we have them straight back into the competition.
Yeah, so another good default win. And no telling how this half ends. But, I mean, no matter how it ends at this point, EG have absolutely done a good job at getting 7. I think that moving into the second half, based on the game plan we saw, I'm really looking forward to what they have to show us. And they're clearly applying a lot of pressure here to Furia, who are, of course, favored in this matchup. But because these guys know each other so well, you know they're scared. They're scared about it.
Let's see if the heroics go both ways. Round 14 meant to be the Cirque show. Cirque du Soleil, perhaps. He falls back. Art, first contact. Neelan goes down nice and easy. And Yuri's going to play it point blank. But if you don't give Cirque that opening, could have been an easy job instead. Ooh, quick move from Cirque.
Boing.
And that's an opening. Pass that bomb over. Just give cover. Hext has picked up the AK. Quesarado slides down quickly. Art now here. Oh, and the door off the hinges puts Art in the open. This time, bomb won't be interrupted, so the post plant and the retake is on with guns changing hands. It's automatic up next with the AK. Cirque taking over the top of the scoreboard here for EG, hunting towards Decon. Safe position as well, right? It's going to be very tough to dig Cirque out of this spot so long as they keep control windows covered. But now they've given this little opening over. They've got to be popped. There's another from Cirque, and automatic shuts down Decon side. So EG and Furia exchanging these types of rounds 1-1. As it's 8 to the EG camp.
Man, that's well earned. And I mean, it's all about Cirque, right? He makes every good move in that round, whether it's coming out to ramp and being just patient enough to catch the guy on the left, to avoiding getting out from the turnpike player, getting into lower, finding more kills. Every step of the way, it was basically his lead that allowed him to get more space.
Catching Art there as well. Power of the op, and a chance to just end this half with the success they started it with. Final round of the first 15. Full-fledged buys. Again, this fight gonna be important. Art picks it up. Neelan with the quick trade though, so Outer still very much. I feel like it's been a problematic part, or maybe it's sometimes not even that contested, right?
Yeah,
Furia
sure.
pretty happy to just let things slide. And speaking of slide, Breeze creeps straight past the door. A jump back from drop that could have cost him. Instead, he recovers. A fall down here from Hex behind Yuri. Shot to the back. And a 2v2 to close it.
Yeah, very interesting mid-round situation. They know drop's upper, so there's that. And they actually have info and safe as well. Bomb on Cirque's back means that he controls the pace here, so there could be some kind of fake getting thrown out there.
He heard one drop, for sure. Walks through the audacity. Cirque hears the vent drop, so now 100% confirmed that Safe is stuck downstairs. He can take the long rotation. And at least he doesn't lose too much time sprinting over. Flashbang going to announce him. Poor guy's met by a smoke. Tough decision. Sit it out. Trying instead to come in from heaven. Very much well aware. And then another smoke. EG berating him. As the poor guy looks for the clutch, a desperate chance. He dies on his own terms. And we saw some nice outer play. We saw some good A splits, but now we've got Furia on a T side and a chance to recover what is that 3-round deficit.
I think one of the coolest parts about this is they really did this without automatic. You know, he's been a carry for the team in almost all of their matches, and in this first half, he was just getting pieced up almost every single round, and the rest of the team were actually doing a lot, so it's a good sign.
Breeze waiting for that cross to sight, and got a kill off of it. Little chip damage, war of attrition, but it's an opening. It's a cross, and it's a bomb plant as well. Safe. Nealon slides through, snaps the shot down onto Yuri, very clean, and that's going to leave drop down beneath. He's got players above him, and he's losing his teammates, but he's popping off. 2 kills, and he just can't manage to hang on for the other double. It is, in fact, EG, both pistol round wins and double digits.
Nearly stuck around for that breeze frag and actually made that viable, but if we really want to talk about that, it was a 4v1. You know, that's a solid retake here from EG, which is very on brand. I think in history they've been one of the better teams at pulling off CT retakes on a variety of maps, and it's good to see that this is still possible. So whoa, you know, we're at 10 rounds here for EG. Is there even a chance for Furia to get back in this game? Statistics on this map, if this was an even matchup, it would be, you know, the CT's winning almost every single time in today's Counter-Strike. So this would be a very hard game for Furia to be able to pull off. And normally, you go into a second round after losing a pistol, you think, oh, okay, we'll try to get some kills. Not for Furia. They need this round. At least in their minds.
Nealon already hears a ruckus on this B site. That's a bomb plant. Straight up
Whoa,
5v5 bomb plant with just pistols. Of course it's fast. It's art.
Yeah, true.
He wastes no time.
Yeah, he moves at 260.
Of course, retake very much on. Oddly, we've only got the 1 kit, right? Automatic currently holding on to it. Nealon, he's been tucked this whole time, and he gets support just when he needs it. Art point blank. Good for the P250 frag. It's Casarado all left over. They've got no idea where he's at, but Cirque's going to stick the 10 seconds. And, you know, all things considered, a bomb plant's a bomb plant.
Yeah, so gets defused. No guns here for Casarado to pick up, but there's really no way for him to win the round anyway, so why give over the $300? Or even worse, maybe 600 if it's an SMG. They'll save. EG, they win another retake. And I think one of the reasons that retakes sort of fell out of the meta in terms of over-preparing for them is just because you're all allowing a bomb plant, which is just money, you know? And then there's also, you're just adding more variables. If you let 2 Ts get into a good post-plant situation, you could mess up. There's a lot of ways to lose. But it's always good to have the ability to retake in your back pocket, of course. And EG continue to show they're well-prepared. But it looked like Art just snuck the vent drop, maybe, as they were taking outside at the same time.
Yeah. Crafty. Look at it slip through again. Nicely done. Slides past. Cirque looking to recover that one. He's already lost Hex. His gun's gonna run dry. Casarado in with the kill and an attempt towards the second. Automatic. Couple frags make it 3. Inside the A site. Gets back man advantage. Yuri's chance now as he pushes this into the 1v1. And we know how heavy-handed Cirque has been with the bomb down in front of him.
Oh, he doesn't know if he dropped.
Yuri slides back. Cirque just hyper-focused on this entrance. He has the info. Yuri does not. And as he plays blind, he falls. It's EG with another.
Love that move. So, yeah, Cirque gets onto the back of the site. That's one thing. But sliding up to opposite vent, that was the key play right there. More of a 50-50 if Yuri knows he's sitting in that position. So, man, well done. And automatic. It's a huge round out of nowhere, right? Not a great match overall, starting on the T side, but clearly back in the game. And just in time to catch this kind of spree of momentum. 12-6. 4 rounds away from pulling off an upset today.
We had 9Z grind one from 00 Nation. Close affair, of course. This, not expected. Automatic, easy opening. Unfortunately for Furia as well, Art wielding that AK. Nobody else outside can grab that. He was trying to slip around through Mini yet again, looking to abuse the same entry path as last round, and now Yuri will try, but again, on his lonesome, and again, fed to automatic. So, easy does it outdoors for EG. He's already got 2. Nealon over towards ramp. Confirmation on the last. Easy for EG, 5 up. Oof, only 3 rounds away.
You know, if I was just a spectator, if I was just in chat chilling, I'll call this over.
You'd call it over.
I would call it over. Better than that, of course.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Would you be sat there typing EG easy, EG easy?
I usually type GG after the first round. So.
Oi.
But for now, we're going to pretend. We got Furia, who have another full buy coming in. They showed some stuff. Art's got a couple of very important kills. Well, I would say important. Didn't always work out, but ideas are there.
Utility's quick, but Hexed, sharp. Just barrel stuffs Casarado before he can even get out. Automatic wary of the outside play. Art gets dinked for 9 damage. Through what? He's going to try to creep around smoke. Nealon, omnipresent, though.
Wow, how do you even find that?
Oh, dunked on. Safe. Sticks the nade right between his teeth. Yuri, oh, he knows there's a player on top hut. He'll catch the kill. 3 versus 3, so there's a little recovery here from Furia, and Drop keeps it sharp.
It's like a character from Star Wars. Or
Jarp. Watch the fucking door. Nealon slipping back around. Watch this 1v3 attempt get cut off by Safe. Furia, of course, never going to go down without a fight.
It's true. It's true. Yes, it's true. And you can break the money and everything like that. It's just the hill, you know. It's going to put strain on their calves climbing up this hill right now. So see if they can stay focused. This might come down to mood as well. Lay up for this. Climb back into the game. Is there a buy here, actually? It's an awkward amount of money. So a timeout will be called. EG can do some math.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tough.
I think we play Counter-Strike because we don't want to go to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they've got talent for it, they can try.
Speaking of math, man, the numbers don't add up here for Casarado. Coming off as one of the highest rated players in his EPL group prior to playoffs. You know, just dominated. Right now, he's not quite on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he was also the MVP of their last series. I think he got 52 kills in the 2 maps they played. Shell of himself right now. He'll be back, of course. But again, there's so much emphasis on every single game.
Yeah. Again, going into the 1-1 pool is not the end of the world. It's just the fact that Furia are expected to be contenders for the single legend spot at the Americas Road to Rio.
Yeah, and that's something they usually do.
Yeah. Little confident look from EG running into the lobby like that, but they don't get any contact. Furia content to sit outside it. Yuri slipping through garage. There's 2 players that could fall victim here to Yuri. First being Automatic, if he tries to get out of that corner. Second being Cirque. But now Cirque turns his attention to exactly where it needs to be. It's just the weapon disadvantage he has to overcome. Assuming, of course, Yuri eventually gives him that attempt. Now, what I like here is Breeze stuck inside that trophy room and Hex attempting to keep eyes on lobby. If Hex can serve up a distraction, suddenly Breeze activates, MP9 comes swinging around that corner, who knows what's up. But Hex falls away. Breeze keeps it tucked. Oh, Yuri. He will get sandwiched by those 2 counter-terrorists. Then that activates the hit into A. Easy does it for Furia. Breeze, because his opponents aren't slowed down whatsoever, never gets his chance to catch them off guard. And Furia continue to succeed.
Yeah, the notes coming in. A great round from Furia. Straight up, they do everything correctly. They look like Furia. They don't look scared. Getting in front of Mini seems to be a core part of their game plan right now here on this T side. They've pulled it off a number of times, but it's also not the best buy they've gone up against. So this one will be a little bit harder. But a chance to get into this buy save for Rhythm if they win again. Both of these teams really underplaying Secret starts, actually. Another opening here for Casarado.
Where was that?
Jet dead through a smoke.
Killfeed didn't agree. Automatic. Ooh, Safe actually gets a little bit of a flash into Yuri's eyes. Art's still going to try and sweep away through Mini. Locked to that fight. Breeze can't best him. 4 versus 2. Easy A control. So Casarado alleviates a bit of pressure by killing Hex to start it, and Art comes wrapping around that Mini.
They've clearly identified a big weakness here. Again, going for this to drop in a Mini play.
Yes, sir.
To get the kill. a little fortunate. Yeah, the kill feed didn't show a smoke, but I mean, maybe it was.
I thought maybe it was a hut push. That's the only other possibility. We didn't see it from Caserado's perspective, and I know Hex has been floating around in there.
But even if they didn't have the idea to go for that mini drop right away, if you get a kill like that, it makes sense. That's one of 2 upper players that'll be dead. Stressing mini is just a very important part of Furia's game plan normally, as it is with most teams, but whether that's putting pressure on Squeaky or just pressure outside. You're always putting one of your best, if not your best, rifler on the CT side inside of mini because it's just a high frag location. You've got a lot of duels that you'll have to take, and you have the chance to get many, many kills. Very dynamic position, but by that same token, it's a point of interest for the T side, whether it's trying to throw mollies at you, smoke you out on upper execs, again, flank you from outside. There's 1,000 ways to die. Camouflage mouse grips.
All right, yeah, straight through smoke.
Yeah, Valve does lie.
No.
They do. Open your eyes.
Okay, we saw robbery like one of these. Remember, can't forget it. Cirque's hero moment on that T side with the solo op. Now it's him and Nealon equipped for this. Fast-paced, ferocious from Furia. Cut down first is Caserado. Automatics in with the pistol. Breeze does the same. And Safe chopped down by the op. Another round they're not supposed to lose.
Ooh, that was the buy save rhythm, and they
Yikes.
stopped it. That's nuts. I mean, all they did was stack upper.
That's all they did.
All they did was stack upper. Furia decided to hit upper, and it's beautiful.
And that's like the fastest round we've seen from Furia. You know, the most Furia-esque moment so far this T side.
Yeah.
Meant to be their specialty.
It looked like they were trying to do something they were going to do on a buy round. Just get it out of the way. Hit him upstairs fast, and damn, that one does not pay off.
Minimal margin of error as well to work with. 2 rounds away from the BO1 upset.
Yeah. Make a trip and fall into the end zone here. EG, one more big round could spell disaster.
Nice flash back from hell. Cirque sets up automatic. Yuri gonna have a tough job dealing with that, so instead he sets his sights onto the A site. But caught between 2 smokes. There's like this weird, awkward timing that could go down. Hex better be careful, because once that smoke on mini fades, but automatic, oh my god, he's just gonna give his back up to Yuri.
Oh.
And the second. Yuri sitting inside that pocket. Waits for a chance to strike, but the backside peek from Breeze, looking to be this anchor. Cirque tagged. He's got a teammate in front, a collateral from Safe, and of course, Furia right back in it.
Everything was just noise. Like, actually, Art dying there totally drops their guard, and Automatic tries to come into mini late, but he really doesn't have any idea that Yuri's been sitting there for the last 15 seconds, and that's the play of the hour. So this will bring Furia to 10 after a very good start here. Another great flash assist out of Cirque to support Automatic in his peak. But mini gets taken over. And again, like every rifle round has been some kind of outside the mini play. And then the one eco, they tried to go for the upstairs hit. Just so it feels like they're being more dynamic than they are. But what do they do now? Dead on the way out.
Art chopped off by that solo op. Not again, surely not. Breeze in front of the molly. Gets forced into the fight versus drop. That'll cost them. Back into the even keel. A push through. Suddenly, the op hits the ground. But Hexed with the USP gets his trade frag. That's a Glock still for Caserado. Stuck on it. And luckily, Yuri can offer him a helping hand. Another one from Yuri. And another one for Furia. Just trailing by 3 now.
Yeah. And we are getting to the point where it's like, all right, well, EG haven't really won the rifle rounds. Definitely not 2 in a row. I don't even know if they have 1. So let's see, maybe the first of the second half. Money's good enough.
Yeah, EG win pistol CT side, 4 straight off that, and then it's just that one off.
Right. So Nealon can MP9 upstairs if they want to do this. Cirque has enough money for his op, so they're totally okay. They even have a lot of utility as well. I think it's just the sheer kind of threat of the comeback that is looming over EG. You know, this game is not over, even if it felt like it a few rounds ago. Starting automatic in the back of Big Garage is a great spot, of course, for catching mini drops and that kind of thing. So not even a position that you don't want to spam. Like, you could get away with it. It's super solid to try to go there. Again, kind of surprised that nobody has been trying to use Secret on the CT side to stop a lot of this outside presence. I'm not sure why. Uh-oh. Flash miss, but actually nobody's in the ramp. It's completely evacuated.
Finally, another one of these, you know, redirections.
Yeah, this is a big gamble here from EG.
Yikes. Big question.
I think they have to save.
Yeah, just transition straight to the save. They're going to scramble downstairs.
Well, you know, let's see if they can win control side at least.
Bomb's been thrown down onto the site. Nobody actually possesses this for Furia, so it's still just kind of posturing. But they've got the deep control stairs.
Oh, this is a hard decision, man, because they're a little bit low on utility. They're taking some damage now.
That nade. Got to be a little nervous about potential flanks as well.
I think if you're going to save, do it properly.
Call it right here, right now?
Like, don't send 2 people in.
Yeah, don't stick around.
Yeah, because next round's going to be fine. They're just spend another 1,000 on the utility each and try again. This one's unlucky, okay? They leave ramp completely open. We haven't seen Furia rush ramp a single time in this half, which maybe is a reason you want to be worried about it, but at the same time, how could you see it coming for sure? So EG tried to do something else early on. They lean a little bit. It cost them. We saw Furia lose to EG because they rushed upstairs on an eco where EG happened to stack there. So it's a double-edged sword whenever you try a play like this. And so they're kind of 1 for 1 in terms, 50-50 in terms of luck. I think it's fine. You tell yourself it's whatever. You didn't lose anything, so yeah, you let them get a little bit closer. But you can't necessarily criticize the call.
Gets us 1 step closer to the tie at the very least, and Cert
I like this.
getting active.
Yeah, it's outside has been just a focus, so.
Knows the shots are there, but that's smoke in the perfect position.
What? How does that miss?
Oh, Cirque, that could have been a 5v4. That could have been outside controlled, and instead now Yuri gonna tear them up. Sure enough, he will get caught out. So Cirque hangs on, but once again, ramp completely open. Nobody even down at the bottom of it. It's only inside of the vents that the CT resides, and Hext has not been the best for EG. He gets into the corner, drop rounds it, insta-dink, nice first, but no follow-up frag. Breeze right there again, train, and Nealon comes out on top. 15 to EG.
Oh, they pulled it off. I mean, they had to sacrifice automatic for Cirque to get his kill outside. The rotations came in. Some great multis here from the rifles as they take it to lower, and now they are on the doorstep of winning this map. It's close. Well, it was a good move from Furia. They got automatic. They took ramp control. And they had info on the op that they knew they could avoid. No op and turnpike as they're trying to go down. It's got to feel good. Warborg smiling. We can see why the pregame interviews are saying they're confident about the rest of this group moving forward.
Evil geniuses. You know, there's been a lot of criticism. There's been a lot of moving pieces. Completely revamped project, 3 rosters, you know, question marks around like, what is this and what are we doing? And now suddenly, you know, we're in a month where this is a roster making waves. 2-0 series over Eternal Fire, 2-0 over Movistar Riders. Now a marked improvement over Furia, a team that just defeated them on this very same map not long ago. Potentially 2-0 in the road to Rio. And to steal that chance at a legend spot from one of the favorites in Furia. But it's not done yet. And 15 means nothing with Furia sitting on this much money, this many buys.
And they're going for a new look as well. Did they throw cross smokes this round? It looks like they maybe haven't. I think they're a little bit too low on utility, so I feel like Furia could get nervous if they waited a little bit too long, considering the aggression we started to see from EG versus outside. Now they're starting to check their flanks as well to make sure nothing tricky's happening. Honestly, this is a very good opportunity for EG.
Squeaky's gonna get set ablaze. Art inside of that. He gets forced forward. Hex caught. Nealon comes in with the kill. A second, and then Breeze strikes, sliding down into the mini. CASA, him and Safe. They've got the answer at the very least, but they lost track of Breeze. And they could have just lost this best of one unless Safe comes in big, dominating the opening game, and now a necessary clutch to keep their hopes of that legend spot alive. Safe just feels so uncomfortable, takes a chance, knowing Breeze is coming, but now the ops back up, fully blind, nowhere to run, but he still finds a little bit of a pocket, and the first kill too. From up above, he connects to Cirque, who falls, and Furia will continue this fight.
Oh, they could not approach him at the same time. It felt like there was no way for Safe to actually pull that out, and even the leg shot on the top. And Cirque drops one, and that gives him a chance.
Oh, what a critical clutch. But not a moment of celebration, because this one's not over.
That was already a round that didn't go that well. I honestly didn't like the setup that much from Furia. I feel like they didn't have the map control that they feel comfortable with. They didn't have any interesting lurks going on. They just delayed an upper hit with no outside presence, and EG knew that they had won it. But that being said, they at the same time crushed the money here for EG and go back to what won them rounds earlier on in the second half. Taking over outside in silence.
Heartbeats in their ears, pressure's on. A quick cross outside, and then this long, slow walk all the way to hell. Where is the contact? They have found many positions open. Ramp usually exactly that. They're going to flank two, and this one gets chewed up, spat out by Furia. Cirque and Nealon continue their adventure. Oh, but Yuri strikes them down just when they thought they were going to get that lobby fight. Only as Furia started to enter the doorway, Yuri decides it's the time to cut it all down. And sure enough, round 30.
It's a pretty monumental comeback if it's going to happen here for Furia. Has all the makings of a great movie. You start off slowly, you lose the pistol. You start to win some rounds and EG eco you. Then you get a 1v2 clutch to defend against match point. Now you're one away from bringing it to overtime. And you did it all on the T side. But honestly, I would call a pause after you lose the 1v2 just because of how tilting that could be.
But EG decide not to break away from that pace. They're going to slip automatic back into the garage. No, not even side of secret. So it's Cirque to have to watch this. Given an opening kill in Art. Question will be, when does automatic activate? If he does, CASA tries to slide through, but he gets stuffed. And now 5 versus 2. Furia so close. And yet what's going to feel so far away from Rio. Safe. Already an incredible 1v2, but to ask this is far too massive. Evil geniuses with an upset I would say not many saw coming. Sure enough, it works. Sweet revenge on Nuke and an important win.